Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Today's viewer request is, could a single modern aircraft carrier have won the 1944 Battle of the Philippine Sea, sometimes known as the Great Marianas Turkey Shoot? I've been wanting to run this battle ever since we got the Marianas terrain in DCS, and this is our first chance. It's an incredibly important historical battle because it was the biggest aircraft carrier battle in the history of the world. Also, it was such a resounding defeat for Japan that they never fielded their aircraft carriers in any size again for the rest of the war. Before we look at our hybrid setup here, we really need to learn about the battle. It's just an excuse to nerd up a bit. The United States 5th Fleet versus the Japanese 1st Mobile Fleet. The Americans had 7 fleet carriers and 8 light carriers, 7 battleships, 8 heavy cruisers, 13 light cruisers, 68 destroyers, 28 submarines, and around 900 carrier-based aircraft. The Japanese had 3 fleet carriers, 6 light carriers, so in total for both coalitions that's 24 aircraft carriers. 5 battleships, 7 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 31 destroyers, 24 submarines, 6 oilers, around 450 carrier-based aircraft and 300 land-based aircraft in the Marianas Island chain. Casualties. For the Americans, just 1 battleship damaged, 123 aircraft destroyed and 109 people lost. Contrasted to the Japanese, 2 fleet carriers sunk, 1 light carrier sunk, 2 oilers, up to 645 aircraft destroyed, 6 other ships damaged, and around 3,000 men lost. Geographically, here we have the Marianas Island chain. West-southwest by 1,200 nautical miles is the Philippines Islands. Japanese are showed here in blue. They had 2 fleets which combined into one. The North Fleet here, sailing from San Bernardino Strait, and the Southern Fleet here. They met here on the 16th of June 1944, travelled towards the Marianas, and then engaged the Americans on the 19th of June. The Americans were attacking and taking the Marianas with their 5th Fleet, split into several task forces. Task Force 58 is what we're interested in today, a carrier fleet under the command of Micha. Micha's Task Force 58 was attacked by the Japanese and then counter-attacked, inflicting heavy damage on the Japanese. And of course, it was a resounding American win. So easy, in fact, that the phrase was coined the Great Marianas Turkey Shoot. And on to our hybrid version. First, let's look at the Japanese. Why don't we start in the Marianas Island chain, largest of which being Guam here. These islands were all under control of the Japanese at the time. Now, when doing research, we found that these islands housed at the time about 300 serviceable Japanese aircraft of different types. However, only 85 actually took part in that battle or got airborne, and so that's what we're going to simulate today. So we have the 85 aircraft spread over several islands. They're not taking off the period correct air bases. I've just put them at random modern air bases. Next, the 1st Mobile Fleet under the command of Ozawa and Kakuta. As we said before, 9 carriers, 5 battleships, 9 cruisers, 31 destroyers, 6 oilers. Note, the time we are doing this is 10:30 local time, 19th of June 1944, and we are excluding submarines and dedicated reconnaissance aircraft. Note that in real life, they were about 395 nautical miles away from Task Force 58. The aircraft involved today can all operate at around 400 nautical miles or further, but to fly those kind of distances, they have to go quite slow, and that means a big 2-hour video. So I've cut the distance in half between the 1st Mobile Fleet and Task Force 58. We have all of the ships modelled. What a fleet! In terms of realism, I had no idea what formation they would have been in, so I've just guessed blob formation. They have the correct numbers of classes of ships. So we've got 9 carriers here, we've got all the battleships, we've got all the cruisers, we've got all the destroyers, but they are not the correct types of ships. So I'm using Hiryu carriers, I'm using Yamato battleships. Near enough for what we're doing today. Aircraft aboard. I've got the correct 450 aircraft. 50 on each of the 9 carriers. In reality, they would have had several different types of aircraft operating, but to make things simple and doable for me, I'm just using one type. It is the A6M0. It will be today bombers, and it will also be fighters in the correct quantity proportions of the real battle. And that's going to be near enough. As far as today is concerned, a World War II aircraft is a World War II aircraft in terms of their performance. Those 450 aircraft will take off and head towards today's Task Force 58 and try and destroy it, as will the 85 aircraft taking off from the Marianas. In terms of the Americans, not all of the 5th Fleet is modelled. We're only modelling the part we're interested in, Task Force 58. In real life, it was 15 carriers, 7 battleships, 21 cruisers, 68 destroyers, and 900 mixed aircraft. Well, we've scratched all of that. We've replaced its exact position here, 100 nautical miles west of Guam, with what you guys asked for, one modern 2025 spec US aircraft carrier. Aboard her are her maximum complement of aircraft, roughly 80 aircraft. That's 4 squadrons. Squadron 1 F-35C Lightnings, set to max skill level, armed with 2025 spec weaponry, maxed out with 14 AIM-260 JTAMs. One squadron, 20 of those. Then 3 identical squadrons of FA-18F Super Hornet, armed to the teeth with 14 AIM-260 JTAMs and a fuel tank. In terms of orders, they are to take off and defend the carrier from all directions. Usually, I ask them to fire their weapons and then return to base, but having such a jam-packed carrier that will have problems when they start landing. What happens is, as you've probably seen before, the carrier starts to get jammed up and it causes problems. It's not really the game's fault. The game is not designed to operate 2020's aircraft. So what I've done instead is I've asked them to take off and throw themselves into combat and pretty much just die out to sea. Run out of fuel, basically just don't return to the carrier. So you will see excessive US losses today, and that's just because I've set it up to save us problems with the carrier. Also, a couple of E2 Hawkeye AWACSs, and that's all the Americans get. The original viewer request is 1 carrier. That's all you said. You didn't say anything about a carrier strike group, so no escort ships. Just a carrier which can't really defend itself and its aircraft. And that's it, guys. Our bastardized version of the Battle of the Philippine Sea. Note, everything here today is AI. I usually try and get my humans in. I should say hello, humans.
Hello.
Hello.
But in this case, I haven't had time to optimize it for multiplayer. It's quite a big job getting that to work. So we're just going to be on single player today, and those guys are going to be watching my screen. So we need to make a prediction, guys. We've got 1 American carrier. On board are her full air wing of 80 aircraft against 1st Mobile Fleet and the Marianas Island chain as it was in 1944, which is 535 Japanese warbirds. Can the Americans do it, or are they going to get swarmed?
I think they're going to be swarmed. I don't know if there's enough missiles.
There should be enough missiles, but the whole problem here will be target deconfliction. If 5 aircraft fire at 1-0, that's 5 missiles wasted. But I think we have like over 1,000 missiles to take on just over 500 aircraft, so we should have enough.
Right, we've got enough missiles if every missile pretty much is used to attack a target, but in reality, and especially in game, nothing is that efficient. So we're just going to have to see how efficient they're going to be. We're firing missiles at really long ranges today, over 100 nautical miles. It's very easy to get those missiles confused and several missiles go for the same target, whether that's humans operating or whether that's AI, and as well, the World War II warbirds are going to be clumped together a lot today, making target deconfliction / optimization almost impossible.
I think it's just down to how the AI performs really with the target selection and deconfliction. Yes, there's a lot of aircraft, but there's a hell of a lot of missiles as well. If they don't sort of get involved in 10 minutes, it just kind of overwhelms the systems, I think, really.
All right, guys, let's do possibly our biggest test of DCS AI thus far. Stand by. And welcome in, guys. Here we go. So, a quick look around first of all. First, the American carrier. 1 super carrier with her 4 squadrons on. First taking off will be the F-35s. Then we have 1st Mobile Fleet down here. This is going to be a lot of ships. Please don't crash the computer. Ta-da! I give you 1st Mobile Fleet with all of her however many ships. Lots and lots. Interestingly, I would love to know if you guys know what kind of formation it would have been. Well, they're already going, look. 9 carriers. Look at the size of it. It must be 20 miles across.
I think they were kind of split up into 3 different groups.
The oilers were separate from the main fleet, and I think you're right. They're 2 different groups of the carriers.
Roger. I like putting them in big clumps. Today it won't make any difference, obviously, because it's shooting down the aircraft is all we're doing today, viewers. We're not attacking any ships. We may come back and attack the ships, but that's not really what was asked of us. It was whether we could do what they did in real life, which was mainly shooting down the 600-odd aircraft.
I'll be honest, this is when DCS does need some more World War II Asian theater aircraft now.
I want a Zero, I want a K, I want a Val, I want a Corsair, SDB, and...
Avenger, yeah, Avenger.
Roger. Look how many, guys. There's going to be 450 taking off from here. Absolutely not. I think it was actually 472 I read after this, but 450 will be close enough for today, viewers. It makes the maths easier as well for the triggers. On to Marianas. Taking off from Guam, Rota, Saipan, and the one I've forgotten, Tinian. I just didn't have enough time to figure out the exact airfield that they were taking off from. In fact, you guys might want to start filling me in because you guys are much nerdier and better at this than me. I think Guam, it's going to be a while before anything happens, by the way, viewers, so we'll just have a bit of a chat. Which was a base made by slave labor. Does anyone know if I've got that right?
That is the Japanese base that was based on Guam. As for how it was built, I don't know. But yeah, that's where they, on day 1, the American bombers that took off actually went and attacked.
Now, was that from Task Force 58?
It was. So the Admiral decided to launch his fighters once they got the first blob on radar to get them out the way. And they held off to the east, and apparently one of the commanders of the bombers, I want to say got bored, but decided that, you know what, we might as well drop some ordnance somewhere, and so they went to Guam and bombed that base, and I think took out like 65 aircraft on the ground.
Wow, amazing. Yeah, so of these 300 or so aircraft defending Marianas, most were destroyed on the ground. I've got that right, haven't I?
Yeah, I think days before, the invasion of Saipan and Tinian had started, which is why the 5th Fleet was over here, and so that probably was decimated before any of the land-based aircraft could attack the task force.
If you're wondering why I'm using the modern air bases, viewers, I need a parking space to start each aircraft from, and this base only has 3 parking spaces, so I've just scattered them in random places. So I've got 50 here taking off from modern Anderson base. I think the B1s and I think the B2s. Over here from Rota, I've got a bunch taking off. Like I said, we just used one hybrid A6M to represent the 5 or so Japanese aircraft that would have been used. It's going to be near enough. Flies about the right speed, it's about the right size. Americans are up now. We've got the first flight of F-35Cs taken off. So it's already found a target. So guys, I never got this far in my research, but I've got Task Force 58's position about right for the time in the morning. I'm presuming we would have other task forces of the 5th Fleet closer to the island chain, landing forces. Do you think I've got that right?
I believe so, yeah. This actually goes back, so the couple of dates, I think it was a few months before, after the death of Yamamoto, his replacement...
Ozawa.
Actually, Ozawa, yeah. Kagu, I think, actually, or Koga, was the guy who succeeded him. He actually, they had a massive plan to take all their carriers and try and destroy the 5th Fleet to help themselves out. And the plans actually were, he was in a flying boat that crashed in a typhoon in the area. And the plans washed up on the Philippine shores and were found by Philippine guerrilla fighters, who then got the information back to the US. So they knew that there was a plan from the Japanese sometime there was going to be a massive invasion force. Once the submarines saw them leaving the Philippine sea area, they kind of had an idea, okay, this is the plan. This is what they were planning.
Oh god, there's so much to talk about, guys. Submarines played a massive part in this real battle, viewers, but it's not what we're interested in today. Another thing about that information, I mean, it seems so typical of the Pacific War. Like Midway, I know the information wasn't found about the Midway attack, but it was garnered by the Americans, and that's why they won that battle as well, because they knew it was going to happen. And speaking of the Japanese attack that you're seeing here, this was kind of the end game attack, wasn't it, guys? I can't remember what they called it. They had a name for this attack. But does anyone remember what it called?
It began with a Z, I think. And I can't remember the name either right now.
A special word for the attack to end the war, didn't they? Yeah.
It was an idea to seek peace again. They wanted to decimate the American fleet in the Pacific area and say, like, all right, let's draw peace here and hope that the Americans wouldn't continue the attack in the Pacific.
They called it decisive victory.
That was it. Decisive victory. That was it. Yeah.
And ever since there was a Japanese Navy, that was aimed for, and to start off in the Russo-Japanese War when they sank 2 of the Russian fleets in action, and they were always trying to achieve that during this war. And that was what Midway was about. That what was this battle was about. That was the Battle of Leyte Gulf was about.
It always begs the what-if question. What if the Americans hadn't learnt of it? What if the Japanese had completely surprised the Americans?
There's another couple of points I'm just reading.
Sorry, Mike.
Actually.
I'm just going to interrupt you. I will come back to you. We've got the first missile out now, fired by whatever flight of the 1st Squadron F-35 against the guys taking off from Guam at a range of 70 nautical miles. Mike.
So the Solomons losses, that the carrier groups lost a lot of their carrier-based pilots, apparently, severely restricting them. But then I'm also reading that the heavy oil supply to their distilleries had been affected as well, so the aircraft carriers were using a more volatile explosive fuel.
Wow.
Yeah, it was unrefined fuel because they couldn't get it back to the refineries in Japan in time from Borneo area.
So what impact did that have?
That's what happened with, I think it's the Taiho, the flagship carrier fleet in the Japanese. It got hit by 2 torpedoes.
Yeah.
One actually hit the fuel area, and the fumes, because they were so volatile, didn't do anything at first, but after a while, after hours, it exploded.
Because I was wondering on that point, because I know that Taiho, it was designed specifically with huge, oversized anti-torpedo blisters, and I was like, how did they manage to sink it then, if it was supposed to be protected from torpedoes?
I think it was supposed to have an armored deck too.
It was an armored deck, but I think it was the first Japanese carrier with an armored deck. 15, if you want to see what's going on, viewers, look at the top right of the screen. You'll see there are 15 AIM-260s out, and the first kill's about to happen. And pang, today's going to be a very pretty battle. Lots of stuff going to happen now. It's interesting how they go defensive. They know, they don't have RWRs or anything on them. They know that missiles are coming. It's just a thing that happens in game for some reason.
I guess when you see your wingman explode, you go,
I think that's what it's meant to be simulating. And they don't do a good job of dodging. They can't dodge these missiles anyway. Okay, they're all just exploding now. 5 zeros down. Yep, this is going to be very explosive today and very satisfying to watch. Another one down, another one down. Look at that, viewers. 7 down. How efficient have the missiles been? 22 of 5, 7 zeros are down. We've got to get a ratio of 1 kill for every 2 missiles. Most are in transit at the moment, though. Let's see what these are doing. Oh, they're still... Wow, look at that. It's going to hit the... This is an old World War II... Oh, too much to talk about. That's an old World War II base there. Northwest Field, I think. B-29's operated? Forgotten.
Yes.
Obviously, the whole idea of capturing the Marianas, it could put them in B-29 range of striking Japan.
Correct, and that's why one of the reasons the Japanese didn't want the Americans to get this Marianas area.
We're seeing today is a great example of how warfare has improved in 80 years. Look, you've got a couple of all-seeing eye AWACSs here that are guiding all of these missiles in to these aircraft that are hundreds of miles away. It's I love doing these hybrid battles, and you can see how tech has changed over the years. Technically, it's future tech. This missile doesn't even exist yet, but this is what you should be seeing in a few years, Viewingtons.
So yeah, that first flight stroke got themselves in a great position with AWACS support, where they're barely getting in the air. And
that's what you don't want to see, viewers. 2 missiles on 1 target. It will happen in game, and it probably would happen in real life. You've got good real life systems for deconflicting, for lack of a better word, these missiles, but again, nothing's perfect. And identifying a blob of crisscrossing aircraft like this is going to be very difficult. In terms of realism, they didn't all come out in one wave like this, viewers. From the first mobile fleet, they came out, I think, guys, in 4 waves over 3 hours, I think. Obviously, you couldn't send a blob out like this out in real life. However, again, to expedite the video, I don't want a 3-hour video. And actually, I wanted to make it as hard as I could for the Americans, so I wanted blob. So today we get blob. 20 zeros down. 43 missiles fired. Most of those missiles are still in the air.
Ozawa did want a blob to go, but 2 of the carriers launched prematurely, or took off for the fleet prematurely, so that was 1 section. And then a 3rd section, the commander decided he wanted to brief everybody in the air, so he put them in an orbit.
That's what I heard with The first two groups that launched, they were put in orbits by their commander to tell them what they were going to do.
Right, and it shows, I mean, how difficult must it be? You've got basic radio communications, and that's it. You've got to organise 450 carrier-borne aircraft. It must have been such a difficult task to get this thing anywhere near right. I'm amazed they got so many planes, and they did get most of them through.
The first two groups, because they circled, it gave the Hellcats time to get up and get above them and get to them before they became a real threat.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? So it was their own fault. Surprise is an initiative. That's the best tool they had, and they screwed it up.
How many Americans are up at the moment, Ken?
Yep, sorry. Good lord. Right, first missile's coming in here. How do we watch this? No idea. Like this, I suppose. No, that's not going to work. Like this? Oh, look! 33 zeros down, 73 missiles fired. It's going to be tight, guys. It's going to be real freaking tight. And if they run out of missiles, the carrier can't defend itself. It's got a few ESSMs, but that's it. It's not going to defend against... Oh, look at that. He's turned away. Again, he's seen his buddies dying, and he's just like, flies in random direction. Stuff exploding everywhere. Look at that, viewers. Imagine being in this World War II formation, which in itself is relatively realistic. It's, you know, the right planes going at the right speeds and stuff like that. And suddenly, all of your guys just blow up to JTAMs. I always found that the most fascinating thing. 43 zeros down so far. 88 missiles fired, so we're just doing the 2-to-1 ratio that we need. Bang, bang, bang. Some missiles like this one have missed, question mark? No, still going. Look, it's all the way down to 500 knots. But it's still wiggling its little head. I got him! He got him! 48 zeros down. Bang! Ooh, this is going to be a joy to watch. Right. You know what, guys? This battle is going to go on for ages, so I'm going to move over to the Marianas again. So far, the AI is divvying these jobs and threats up very well, as you can see. They've done a good job. It's possible they can be just going to be idiots and all go for Tinian Island or something. But so far, things are working well. That's an
Just reading a bit more on the fuel, apparently, because it was undesalted and it had a higher level of naphtha in it. It was damaging the boiler pipes.
Wow.
And created explosive kind of atmospheres on the carriers themselves. So, you know, one hit that wouldn't take a normal carrier out could have potentially, detonated it.
Roger. We've now got F-35. Again, like I said, viewers, once they have missiles in real life, they would RTB. I've told them not to do that. I don't want them to RTB. So they're going to go into dogfights and have a really weird piece of asymmetric dogfight warfare. They will also get killed by their own guys at this point. A missile coming in, viewers, does not know which was the friend and which is the baddie. So a missile coming in will happily strike an F-35. Down here, these guys are now out of missiles. 72. When did that happen? 72 killed for only 114 missiles fired. Now that, viewers, is actually bloody impressive. Bearing in mind how hard this must be for the AI to do. He's now got himself in a dogfight. He's got a gun. Like the boy said, he doesn't have a gun in real life, but I've given him a gun because I just want to see a little bit of shooty, bang, bang. I'm not even sure that this will be able to shoot him. I'm not sure that AI is smart enough to know how to do an asymmetric dogfight like this. It's actually a surprisingly hard thing to do. Even as a human, it's genuinely difficult to do.
Do you know what the radar cross-section of these zeros are?
They're big. All World War II planes are above 2 meters squared, which is big. Much bigger than the stealth aircraft.
I worry that the carrier strike force is focusing more on the Marianas aircraft rather than the blob.
Yeah, and the blob's the most important thing. These guys are almost no threat. There's just, there's what, 20. Well, let's see. Nothing's got near the carrier yet, so that's a good thing. That's going for an F-35. It's locked onto an F-35. These have its own radars, viewers, the JTAMs, and they will lock onto a piece of metal. That's all they care about. They want a piece of metal to lock onto, and they'll do it. But it's missed. It's run out of legs. Oh, look at that! I don't know what it tracked. It tracked a fuel tank. Weird asymmetric dogfights going on, viewers. They're now fighting above. This isn't Saipan. Where is it? It's Guam, isn't it? Above Anderson Air Force, which doesn't exist for the next 80 years, but it does now. Look at that for a view, viewers. You've got a weird thing now where these supersonic 5th gen fighters are trying to find a way of getting a gun solution on a World War II turning aircraft. It reminds me of a video, if you remember, viewers, from Venezuela, of the F-16 shooting down with the guns, the OV-10 Bronco, and it was a difficult kill because of the mismatch flight envelope. Okay, no friendly fire so far. Woo! Miss Quite a few missiles missing here. Why? It's because these warbirds have got in dogfights and upset the missiles, and the missiles are something like that, basically. No, F-35s can't shoot them down with guns. Or maybe I didn't give them a gun. I can't remember, viewers. Just have a quick look up here. Rotor's doing rotor things. Saipan and Tinian have got confused. They've got stop look. The F-35s are charged them. They're not really killing them, but they're kind of like a sheepdog in a bunch of sheep. They're no longer a threat. Oh, Blob is now unopposed. So whoever it was that said Blob is now not being attacked anymore, that's a problem. Because Blob is the threat here. Blob is 450 aircraft, and it will kill anything, as we've seen, including a modern carrier. Again, you've got a bunch of sheepdogs, collies, as we call them here, I don't know what you guys call them, that jumped in and sort of started upsetting them, not killing them. As you can see, they can't. You can't work out to get a solution on that guy. But what they're doing is stopping the Blob here, and a lot of them actually turned around. And they're not out of fuel, they've only gone 50 miles or so. I am a sheepdog. What are American sheepdogs? We have collies in England.
Collies here too.
Oh, you have collies there as well. Oh, I thought they were British dogs.
Probably 20 or 30 different breed of sheepdog here.
For that, viewers, asymmetric warfare. What you need here is a Raptor with its thrust vectoring. That would actually help a lot of these low speeds. Because look how slow they're flying. At 90 knots. We're now going 90 knots. That plane there, that literally, physically cannot fly at 90 knots. It doesn't work. It can't turn. And he's showing you there.
I flew a Zero at 90 knots. It would probably spin and kill me.
Yeah, I would as well. But the wonders of the SFM guys. Right, guys. Up at Tinian, a new bunch of missiles. I'm aware that there's too much to see, obviously. Well, I'm probably just very bad at displaying it to you. But there's a bunch of more missiles coming in here.
So would the Marine F-35s be better at this?
The Bravo models, they don't have a gun either, do they, guys?
No, but they got the V-stall. Just wondering if they can.
Well,
they can fire their weapons in that configuration.
Who knows? That's a fair comment, though, because a Harrier can... That helps a bit with a Harrier, doesn't it? And that's V-stall. Bang.
I know the Harrier can't fire its gun unless the nozzles are full forward.
Yeah, which obviously makes sense. Are we right, guys? Does the C definitely not have a cannon? I find it so hard to keep up. I know the B doesn't have a cannon because it doesn't have room because of its VTOL. Bang.
Only the A model was given a cannon, as far as I'm aware. The C model wasn't given one either, which I'm shocked with.
That is
It's
weird,
like
isn't
the F4 Phantoms all over again.
It's like the F4 Phantoms all over again, because as soon as Russia or China figure out a way of duping your missiles, you need a freaking gun again.
Who's the C model? Is that for the Marines?
The C is for the Navy. C is Navy, B is Marines, A is Air Force. Lovely little dogfight going on there. Look at that lovely asymmetric dogfight. You probably won't see any gun kills today, viewers. Well, unless it's an F-35. That guy can't keep up with that guy can't turn with that guy, as it would be in real life. Zeros, I actually quite like the Zeros. They're quite cool planes. I mean, it couldn't stand up to the Corsairs and stuff, but still, the nippy little Spitfire-esque type fighters, I think they were anyway.
Well, that's another reason why... Well, the Zeros back in 1941 were very potent against the American Navy carrier aircraft. But with the new Hellcats and the Corsairs, they just became obsolete even.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, within 4 years, they were completely obsolete.
Yeah. Speed must be a big thing. They was by late war, they were so... Oh, look at this guy! Oh, no, he hasn't got a gun. He hasn't got a gun. He tried to strafe him, but he didn't have one. Right? Just I did take it out, viewers.
Okay, I have a bad feeling. Go to the carrier.
Yes.
Are they launching?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Viewing to moon to tell me it's not gummed already. Please tell me it's not gummed.
Yep.
Oh, this is what I have to live with, viewers. Right, we think that's probably gummed up, viewers. Now, the good Lord saw fit to give me this. When I say the good Lord, I mean me, obviously. I saw fit, because this happens, to put a muck shovel in an F-15 with the guns, and I can go and clear that.
Done.
I just want to just double check. We've got time. You know, they're not going to be here for a while, so let's give it a minute just to make sure. You're probably right.
I've just seen those two F-35Cs. They're just hovering in the air.
I hate it when this happens, viewers. The problem is these planes we're using, these 2020's planes, are not designed to work with these fancy dynamic carriers that we have in game. And you will get gum. Look, you can see what's happened. That guy's got on that guy's shield. He's sat on that guy's shield, which means the shield can't go up, so this guy can't get on. It's annoying. But the annoying thing is, it's because it's so stupid. That guy gets jammed, and that means the whole carrier stops, which is stupid. Right, viewers, anyway, I better jump in. Now, this is interesting, viewers. I haven't flown DCS literally for, 2.5 weeks now, so this is going to be... Can I remember? Is my joystick even plugged in? Yes, it is. Let's go and find it. There it is.
Here comes the first blue loss.
Here comes the first blue loss. Sorry, but it's kind of a carrier problem.
No pressure, Cap.
I can still fly! First and most important thing, I need to get my accuracy in, which means I need my golden locks flowing in the air. Right, now the question is, which one do I shoot?
Yeah, I'm not so sure you're going to just have to take out all 4 of those F-35s that are lined up there.
Yeah, splash damage.
Yeah. Sorry about this, viewers, but this is how it is. There's nothing I can do about it. It's a problem in all of our carrier fights that we do. I'm such a noob, I put my chair in the wrong place, so I can't actually reach my throttle handle. BDA. Another run that's going to need. We need another run, viewers. Get some nice visuals while we're here. Sorry, I can't be covering the rest of the battle for you, viewers. I've got to do this. Well, that looks kind of cool. I'll entertain you shortly.
Like the Dex files as well. They're busy watching that show.
You know what's annoying? I didn't do the whole battle, but I tried this because I knew problems like this happen. I tried this several times last night. Not a single gun carrier. Now, turn the camera on. Freaking gun carrier. Welcome to real life. No, no, no! Thing may have happened. You know what?
It cleared up the gumming.
It might clear it, right, viewers? I mean, we've taken out half our air wing, but it might work. Right, we'll come back. Let's go and watch them fight, because I do not want to restart this thing again. These guys are still sheepdogging. Look, but they've only managed to sheepdog a few out, and the blob is now pushed through. That's bad. Blob bad. A, because if too many spawn in, it'll actually crash my computer, and we won't even be able to make this video. Good news is, Marianas are all done. Saipans and Tinian's 35 are now dead, apart from this literally one guy. That guy there. Rota, which are being slow and not doing anything for some reason, appear to be pretty much put themselves out of the fight. Anderson, and not moving. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever the hell has happened here. Ah, they are getting strafed on the ground, though. They're getting strafed on the ground. I imagine the reason he's not moving, viewers, is he's actually been hit by shell fire. You just can't see it.
Well, we can say the runway was bombed and they can't take off.
Yeah, I mean, it was only a handful anyway. It's not gonna... Look, that guy's parachuted, look. Woohoo! All right, so let's see how we're going. So they've cleared up the Marianas, and these guys are going to go and finish these guys off here. Fine. Right, are we back in action with our carrier is the most important thing at the moment. Yeah, it worked! Supercab doing all the stuff and things. Right, are they going to taxi now? Please, taxi! Well, it's not easy, viewers. I tell you, this is not easy, getting this to work. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be taxiing, guys.
What are those two flying just in front of the carrier?
They're waiting for their other 2 wingmen to... Oh, no, they're not anymore, because the wingmen are now dead. So they're now attacking. Right, we've managed to get 2, guys. They were waiting here for their other 2 wingmen to take off, because they're all flights of 4, obviously. But then I ran my face into them.
I wonder if that last F-35 then is going to cause a problem.
Oh, God.
That would be my bet, that last F-35 is bugged with the other ones.
Don't do it to me, Jeebus. Well, we're not missing much because no one's got any airborne has got any missiles or anything, so... Alright, back in Muck Shovel. Oh, viewers. Sorry. Like I said, I ran this through to at least a half-hour point last night a couple of times, and that was perfect. Here's an interesting thing. When I click on the shovel, it won't let me anymore. Anyone? Ladies and gentlemen... Oh, it's moving!
Oh, they're moving! They're moving!
Oh, ah! Yes! Well, I hope they don't jam again because my shovel's not working anymore. Because I've already used this, because we're in single player, I've used this one live. Alright, viewers, the good Lord saw fit, and I did go to church on Sunday with new baby, actually, which was interesting. Because I went to church on Sunday, look! Ungunned carrier! Thank God. Now, if I can feel the frame rate getting sucked down now, viewers, what are we at? So we're just starting to come down from 60 now a little bit, as you can see. That's because CPU is starting to struggle now with so many fighters airborne. So we've got to get these eyes up and in it quick. Because, like I said, these will keep spawning in until 450 are in. Look at them, they're in an endless tangle. It's so funny watching AI. AI cannot figure a way of this guy can't turn Titan off, that guy can't get fast enough. And all they can do is spin round each other until one of them runs out of fuel. And it's going to be the F-35 first. Because turbofan engines, or turbine engines, are incredibly inefficient. As in, they can guzzle a lot of gas in very short time. Which is what they're designed to do, obviously. That's why they make such big power.
Especially with his burner on, yep.
Right, all is not lost, Viewington Wewingtons, because Marianas have been defeated, like we've said, and the carrier is definitely working. There he is. Go and join your little friends. Come on, go. All right. Oh, okay, here come the missiles. Woohoo, chucking out their 14, whatever it is, AIM 260s. Very impressive. Come on, kill quick, quick, quick. We've got to kill them quicker than they can take off. 170 AIM 265 so far, and I've got like 1,000 in total, apart from the ones I killed. 105 zeros down of the break. 535 we've got a kill. Oh dear, this doesn't look good, guys. Apart from the ratio, which is good. 170 missiles fire, 105 zeros down. So that, at least, is good. These guys won't RTB, hopefully. Hopefully they'll just crash and run out of fuel now, like I want them to. Right, missiles coming in now. It's been a weird one, viewers, but sometimes weird is best. We are over 30 minutes in now. Have you found a target? Have you found a target? All we need now is the friggin' AWACS to quit and go home, run out of fuel, and then none of the missiles will guide. And there will be such amount of shouting. Right, if I watch here, I should technically see a load of explosions. Wow, can you see that? Maybe you can't see it on your compression, but I can see like 100 fighters. Oh look, I can see... See that, viewers? That is the 50-some ships. Oh, this is going to be satisfying.
Like a swarm of bees.
Pretty much. Don't know if you guys can't hear my sound, I know, but all what I'm hearing is loads of echoing explosions as all of these JTAMs hit. 119. 15 have just died in a space of 5 seconds. That humanoids. Pretty cool.
You're not going to like it, Cat, but Hornets are going to save the day.
That blockage actually will have helped because these missiles should all then track single targets.
That is actually... blockage sound can actually be useful because the more planes you put up at once, the more overlap of fire you'll get and the more inefficiencies you'll get. Ooh. Change his mind. In terms of how good is reacquisition of these missiles, viewers, it's actually out of our control. Core game controls that. So we don't know.
Well, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, 3 missiles go for the same guy. Never mind. We're doing all right. Right, so that's those two in. They're now going to become sheepdogs, as I've decided to call them. We're just going to fly around endlessly in circles.
So on day 2 of the Philippine Sea Battle, the US did launch their main bomber attack on the carriers. And it was so long that actually they lost a lot of aircraft back to fuel starvation. It's kind of... right, with all these aircraft just falling up the sky with no fuel.
As we've got time, let's just reiterate, because that's such an important point. So the Americans on the 20th, on day 2, wanted to counterattack, obviously, to wipe out Zawa's fleet. And so they had to, A, find it, which they did, first of all, with direction finding. A rogue signal appeared for one of the Japanese destroyers. And these guys used their automatic direction finding on one of their ships or planes or whatever to locate the signal. And it was about, there. So they knew where they were. So they charged Task Force 58 towards it, but it was getting towards the end of the flying hours. The sun was setting, and they were only just reaching the maximum flight range of 300 and something nautical miles of their bombers and torpedo aircraft. So they had to make a snap decision. Do we launch now our 900 and something whatever aircraft and just accept that a lot of them are going to be lost because by the time they get back, they've got to go 300 and something miles in the dark with no real way of finding the carriers, which is going to be lights out and whatnot, and accept huge losses and running out of fuel, like Bird says, they're pushing them past the endurance limit, or be safe and save the pilots. They decided to do it, and they did indeed find, most of them did find the Japanese carriers and did do obviously a lot of damage. But like Bird said, a lot of them were lost on the way back because they essentially sacrificed their pilots. I've read that right, haven't I, guys? That's what happened.
Yeah, 226 aircraft launched on the second day, 115 returned, but only 20 were lost to enemy action, and 80 of them ran out of fuel.
Roger. So, so they made that decision, they sacrificed their men, and it's war, you got to do it. Look at this guy. I'm just going to sit and watch him launch break. 14 missiles. How many JTAMs could a real superbot carry? I mean, no idea. Who knows? No, literally no one knows. So I've maxed it out.
Yeah, so 180 American airmen went into the water from Ditchin. And all but 40 of them were saved.
Wow, how did they do that? How did they do that's hard enough to do now with modern tech.
I think they actually had a plan beforehand to say, like, right, if we're all going to ditch, let's ditch together so we can raft together.
The task force turned their lights on too, which was very out of SOP. Yeah,
I suppose they knew things. They knew how many Japanese planes had been shot down / forced to land at the Marianas. So that, I'm guessing they knew that Japan was no longer a threat because on the first day, I can't remember the figures, like 300 or 400 had been shot down. That would be my guess.
Yeah, but the lights would illuminate for Japanese submarines that you wouldn't know if they were there or not.
Yeah. Now, I don't think there was any Japanese submarine kill. There was obviously a lot of American submarines killed Japanese ships.
Well, Japanese submarines were targeting warships, and Americans were mostly targeting cargo ships. So the Japanese subs were still a threat. Remember the Indianapolis getting sunk.
Right, and all the men getting eaten by the tiger sharks, aka Quaid from Jaws 1, viewers. One of the best movies ever. GR group viewing when?
I think it was the US Hornet, the USS Hornet, that actually decided, sod it, I'm going to put my lights on. And then when they did it, the whole fleet did it, and they began firing also star shells to help the pilots find their way home.
Oh, another thing, isn't history just like the best thing in the world, guys? Another thing I was reading about, one of the reasons why so many of the Japanese planes were shot down is the Americans on this battle were using a new type of I think radio proximity fused ammunition that would explode not on contact but near the plane. Has anyone read about that?
Yes. It's actually a British invention.
Ha! Britain wins. Yeah. And so the Japanese planes were so much more vulnerable than they'd ever thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they're called proximity fuses, and Brits developed them, I don't know when, earlier in the war, and sent the engineers and scientists over to America.
All right, now it's all about stopping the blob. And like I said, viewers, there's 450 coming out of there. Have they got enough efficiency? Well, so far, yes. 219 missiles fired, 150. Wow, that's a great kill ratio. Even for real life viewers, that is a brilliant kill ratio. Bear in mind how hard this must be. What does that look like on a radar? Right? I mean, is there any radar in the world that could handle that? I don't know of any. Type 45 can track, what, 40-something targets? I've forgotten, actually. Thus far, apart from the carrier jamming up, which was a bit... Uh-oh. Don't do it. I am so not in the mood. He's done it, hasn't he? Gulp.
Yup.
Gulp. Viewers, I tried so hard. Can't jump in any more F-15s, viewers, because it's on single player. You only get one life per plane. Swear words. We're going to lose. We are going to lose. The carrier's jammed up again. There. That's where the carrier's jamming up. That guy, he comes and lands, even though I told him not to. And that's it.
Looks like the guy that took off.
It is the guy that took. He burnt all his fuel weight and could friggin' take off. Come on, dude. And there's nothing I can do. I can't jump in. Newington.
And he's going to go around. He's going to execute a go around because the Hornet's on the...
Yep, he's not going to land. Oh, it's so frustrating. Land anyway.
So military.com says an E2 can track 600 targets.
600 targets. Oh, they can just do it then. He might land, guys. He might do it. Please don't pull away. Please don't pull away. Don't pull out. No! US Navy, worst friggin' Navy. We should have put a Chinese carrier in. What the hell? God damn it. The pain of this, viewers. And I've got no way of stopping it. No, I've got no way of doing this.
Is he going to run out of fuel soon?
He will, but I mean... I'm not sure it actually ungums it. And no one ungums it. It's this guy's the problem. If a guy is going over the wires when someone is on final, he gets bugged. He panics and stops. And then what it should do is say, okay, I'm stuck on the wires. I haven't moved for half an hour. I despawn. But it doesn't. I'm afraid, viewers, it's going to be a fail. And I can't think of any way around this problem.
So as a tactical commander, you can't jump in one of the vehicles on the carrier and push them over the side? Man,
I would love that. Game Master. I'm a Game Master now, viewers. Can I do something with it? Okay, you... Set path, stop attack. Set path, let's see if we can get them going again. It's getting laggy now because too many planes are airborne. You, move! Do what I say!
I was going to say, try the 15 again now that you've maybe deselected and gone to Game Master.
Oh, whoa! Hold on, bird. Alright, viewers.
Bird's a hero!
Needless to say, we haven't done this before.
3 weeks away and I remember this shit.
Hold on, bird. Oh, viewers, what a weird day today's going to be. And like I said, I tried this on single player yesterday. Worked fine, and all is not lost. I've got to get it done real friggin' quick, though, because things are about to happen. Right, who can see the carrier? Can anyone see why I'm not on the screen? I'm not on this map here for some reason. I don't know why. So it means I've got to find it by eye. Just like, strangely, they would have had to have done in real life.
Are you on top of the carrier?
Oh, yeah, I am. Hasn't moved anywhere, though. We can still do it, viewers.
In fact, take the F-35 out, if you can.
Yes, great idea. I'm going to have to sit here and shoot any of the blue guys that make it back, aren't I? These guys are going in for their pointless dogfights. They are out of ammo, viewers. On the plus side, 266 missiles fired, 201 baddies down. And not a single gun kill has happened, I can guarantee that. So, incredibly efficient. I need to shoot the F-35 down first. Did I give myself so many missiles? Of course I didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, Supercat. I'm not even appearing on the map. What is that? Man, that's annoying. Guys, I need you to try and help me spot that F-35. It's...
Should be coming on the downwind now, below you.
Should be on the downwind. Oh, there he is. Can I lock him? Will radar lock him? Yes, yeah. Right. Man, I wish I practiced a bit of flying. Got him. Ladies and gentlemen, Supercat. Oh, come on. Alright, get rid of this window. It's S. Alright. Airspeed. Flying's all about... What? Airspeed? Lift? Something like that, isn't it? Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Hey, freaking nerd! Get out of the way! The strange things we do for Queen and Country. Even though the Queen's dead. Shouldn't have said that. Right, next. Who am I ongoing? It's this guy, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, weird video, best video? Hits! You see that snipe? Friggin' snipe! He's on fire. I'm gonna go around and make sure.
They're moving back, the crew are moving back.
Oh, right, you think the thing has worked?
I hope so.
Alright, I'm just gonna set myself on autopilot then. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do some stupid stunts because I'm all fired up because nothing's working. Wow, look at that angle of attack I can achieve. I'm playing F-15 for about a million years. Look at that. What a piece of kit this was for you, F-15. 1970s. Right, you guys have got to get airborne quick because... And this is one reason why multiplayer is so much better. A lot of people say, why do multiplayer... multiplayer causes a lot of restrictions, obviously. There's only so much bits and bytes you can send over a WAN. But here's a great example why multiplayer is useful. Because humans aren't stupid like this guy. Done it. He's done it. I'm going to stay airborne just in case. And also, it means I can have humans in there to unjam carriers and stupid stuff like that. I'm getting a bit frustrated, viewers, but it's okay. We're just going to punch on. That's life, I'm afraid. Now, biggest threat now is... Blob's finished! Uh-oh. Oh, don't tell me they're jammed. Oh, they've spawned inside each other, viewers. Huh. Oh, I can't take this anymore. How do I... No, they're not. They're not. That's 12. That's C812 airborne there. If you're looking at what I'm talking about, it's that number down there, viewers. It's telling me it's C812. That's the last. 12 is the last. 12, C612, so it means carrier 6, flight 12. 12 is the last. 12 times 4 times 9 is 450. They're all airborne apart from literally a few that have got stuck. 12, C812, C412, C312, C612, C7, C812, C112. They've got airborne. It's just a couple. Oh, it's just 2 carrier, 2 flights, just 8. Calm down. Breathe it in, bird. Breathe it out, bird. Breathe it in, bird. Breathe out the evil. It's only 8 aircraft that haven't made it up, so don't worry and relax.
How many aircraft were based at the island?
Marianas 85, 300 in real life, but only 85 made it up airborne in real life. Hence, I've just modelled the 85. So we go. Oh look, these guys have landed. Thank God you landed there. Parked really nerdily. Look at that. I'm a nerd. Despite all the weird stuff, viewers, it's actually working. Only 8 aircraft haven't made it up here. Close enough for what we care about. Now here's the next problem. Are these guys... Is my plane still... No, it's not. Please take off. Right, well, we know it took a while last time to reset the carrier, so let's just wait. At that point, I jump out the freaking window. Sometimes this game makes me so mad, viewers. You know what? Another good thing, all the planes are airborne, so it's not going to get any laggier than this. And we're down to... We're still averaging just under 60 FPS, so it's manageable. We shouldn't get any crashes. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm going to have to end up... Is it just crashed? No, I paused it. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's going to happen now is I'm going to have to get in my F-15 and shoot the remaining 300 down, aren't I? God damn it. I won't friggin' do it. Well, no one said it wasn't going to be messy, viewers. What are these guys even doing? Public air display, question mark? It appears public air display. They are slowly getting towards the carrier. It's because of the sheepdogs. It's because of the collies here, viewers. You see what they do? They're running in. They're actually bloody useful. They've stopped progress of Blob by upsetting them, just being near them. Because most of these are anti-shippers, as you can see. Anti-shippers will get scared by things. They'll be like, oh my God, there's a guy near me. There's an F-18 near me. Run around in circles. Literally, that's what they do. So sheepdogs are working. We're learning all new things about AI today. No, that guy's coming back. He's out of fuel, he's coming back. Not on my watch. Oh, he's a Grim Reaper. Look at that. Grim Reaper. You see that, viewers? And Grim Reapers did originate from 1940s Navy with the F4Us, where they were the original naval Grim Reapers. So we've got to make sure we don't let them get back. Now here's, come on, what? Yes! Oh, this is a roller coaster of emotions, viewers. Bird,
There's another F-35 heading for the carrier, though.
Oh, come on. Oh, not on my watch, mate. Right, we've got to find him without somehow being able to see me. So how did I do this, Bird?
Go to Game Master, then go back to 15.
Why is that a thing? I'm missing the obvious? I guess I am.
I think because it still thinks you're on that slot, so when you crash, it's still in that slot, so it can't.
Oh, what a weird day. Right, we've somehow got to find him, even though we don't know where it is, and we can't see him on our radar, because it's a friggin' stealth.
Go straight.
Right, guys, I need you to think. How do I figure out where I am? I've got grid rest.
You may be able to F5 him.
No, I can't, which means he's more than 5 miles away. Right, let's go towards the carrier. If we can get to the carrier before there's the carrier. So I need to somehow triangulate where he is. He's at 6,000 feet. What am I at? 4,000 feet. He's here somewhere. Anyone see a stealth? Why don't you friggin' stealthy? Okay, I'm at his altitude pretty much. These guys are taking off, but we've got to get there quick. Oh, if that gun's up again, I swear, I will actually do something really bad. Right, he is 3 miles behind the carrier. Angel's 2, he's down. I'm gonna try and get him in a VLS. There he is. All right, knobhead. No, it's someone on the goddamn carrier. Stealth, like it's got the stealth coating, viewers. He's now passing over the carrier. Angel's 1. There he is. Got him. Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. Open that dang window. Super box still taking off. There we go. Oh, closure rate. Oi! Jesus Christ. Yes, it's working. Right, please tell me that guy's not bugged. How do I know if it's... No, the carrier crew are doing their thing. Oh, we're so clever. Look at us work the problem. We are so Anglo-American. Another guy's coming. These guys are orbiting. I'm sure they know what they're doing. I'll just leave them to do a thing. Oh my god, they've got so close to the... They're 30 miles away from the carrier. Help? Please? Oh god, I've just realised an even bigger problem is about to happen. Okay, next problem we need to solve, guys, is... And this is going to be a real belter. You're going to love this one. I have told them... These guys that are taking off now, to take off, to fly out 50 miles, which is now behind the front lines, hold fire until you get there, and then start attacking. Which means they're going to miss that whole front. Why have I done that? Well, DCS AI is stupid. You've probably figured that out so far from watching this video. If I don't do that, they'll see the targets off 200 miles away, afterburn all the way, and they won't even make it. They would have run out of fuel after 30 miles. So I have to do that to get them to, at least get them to the fighting area. But it's kind of bits in the butt right now. And I don't have a solution for that. What I'll have to do is defend a carrier with my F-15 until they're up and operating again. Oh no, now they're... Right, this F-5's coming. Oh, good Lord, help me. Are you guys still watching?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Say something good that will help me get through the day.
Cap, you're doing your own turkey shoot here for good reasons.
Apparently so. Right, I am going 240 for 16 for Knothead. Viewers, I've got to find yet another stealth fighter. When I can't see myself. Or him. But everything else is fine. On the plus side, Super Hornets, I think, have finally got their S together. No, they might be attacking. No, they're not. You can tell if they're attacking or not, because if they're not afterburning, which they're not attacking. And that's because of the reasons I said. Yes! No, I put it further. He's just going there. Then he's going to turn his ROE on. It might still work! I think I put the waypoint. Oh, I know what's happened. The ship's been moving all this time, hasn't it? Phew! The ship's been moving towards that waypoint. So they've only got to go a few miles, and then they'll turn their ROE on. I hope. Please work. These guys have run out of fuel. We've been waiting so long they've run out of fuel. And they're landing. Oh, come on! They're landing! Now I just sound like GR Baby. He's landing, look. He's been waiting so long, he's run out of fuel. And if he lands, he's going to bug everyone.
He's landing in Afterburner. Wait, what?
Can't do it. Well, can this guy... Look, if this guy suddenly turns his afterburner on and fights, we've got a friggin' chance. Please turn your afterburner on and fight. Please!
Looks like he's alright.
Yes! He's fighting! He's hit the wire! Zam! Zam, 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 zam. Zam, 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 zam. Look at that. He's just going to ripple all 14 off at those guys. Oh, God save America. Do a thing. Oh, it brings a tear to the eye, guys. After the day we've friggin' had. 14 missiles out.
All of his wingmen are shooting too.
Yeah, well, I've got to figure out who's... Sorry, viewers, I can't watch it. I've got to stop these guys landing. Otherwise, you know what happens. 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guy. Right, respawning in that weird way that only Bird can figure out. There, like that, then like that, then like that. Here we go. Right, I can pick up the Super Hornets on my radar. Look at that, the whole... Look at the affair. Look at that, viewers. If that doesn't set your cockles on fire, then freaking nothing will. They're right behind the carrier right now. We've got time. We've got time, viewers. Right, I've got to get them. I've got to get them before they get onto probably downwind. Or probably at least base. Look at this, viewers. Tiny bit of watchy-watchy. That's what we're here for, right? Pang. 1 down. 225 down. Wow, where did that lot come from? 226 down. Does anyone work? Why am I getting spiked all the time? Who's locking me? Who even does that? They are now turning onto downwind, viewers. Oh, God, another guy's in. He's definitely on downwind. He's 600 feet. So I've got to get him. So I've got to find... What's the downwind offset, guys? About a mile? Half a mile?
Yeah. Yes, about a mile.
It's him. He's the trouble right now. Because he's on the downwind. On the plus side, all the killing's happening, viewers. 250 down. 250. Still break. Oh, I can't work it out. All that lot to go. He just ran out. He just ejected. I saw him. He did. He ejected. Thank you. That's very considerate of you. Right, so now I've got to find these guys. Angels 3. Over here somewhere. They're at 3,000 feet. And they're at 3,000 feet. Cap running in.
So go back to your F10 quickly.
I can't. I've got to fight.
I think they might be doing waypoints rather than landing.
You know, I can see. I'll see if he's got his hook out. That'll tell me. Good call. Wow, I can see all the J-Tams in the background. Hooky. No hook. Yes, hook. Yeah, they're landing. I mean, they wouldn't... They've got the hook out. They've got to be landing, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Boggs. Be like, why is there an F-15 here, and why is it shooting my guys down? Well, because you're friggin' idiots, and you deserve it. All right, go look for the other one. There he is. There's only one way to make this sexier. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna suck my own cannon bead to my intake. Ha ha ha. Oh sweet, I've managed to steal my aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you super cap. It's gone over to the dead side of the carrier. Why would he have done that? Yep, this is all a bit weird, viewers. He's gone north.
He was at 600 feet, or he was doing
200 feet. What is he
200
doing?
feet.
He's out of fuel.
Oh, he's
No,
he's
not.
dead.
No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's back. God damn it. Really? You have to play these bloody games. He was there a second ago, I swear. Oh, he's crashed. He's gone. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, we can go back onto watching. Right, 300 down. Right, what could possibly have gone wrong this time? Nothing. It's all working. It's all working. It's working. They're doing combat and stuff. Uh-oh, what's that guy doing? No, don't RTB. Do anything but RTB. What I need is a command I can give them to say, do not RTB or you will be court-martialed. Why can't I have that command? These guys are all sheepdogs, look. Sheepdogs. Jesus, we've still got 200 to kill. All right, keep going. Look at that guy on his own. I'll just be up here at 35,000 feet. Right. Yep, these guys are taking off.
Guys, I gotta run.
Bye, Poosh.
Bye, Poosh.
Well done for sticking it out for 90 minutes or whatever the hell this has been.
That was fun. Good luck.
Yep. Yeah, we have certainly not won this yet, viewers. For all the wrong frigging reasons. Right, they are now 30 miles. I think all is working. Apart from that guy there. That guy's out of fuel. He needs shooting down. I'll shoot that guy down. But these guys, I think, are operational. Please be operational.
They could just be forming up now.
Yeah, but that means they should then go to waypoint 1, which is there, which means they should hit the trigger, which should turn an ROE on, and they should go boom boom. Please do that. Yep, at least these guys are taking off. This RTB guy is a way out. And Tony Burner's on. Tony Burner's on attack. I bet you never thought it would be this hard, viewers, when watching us, just to get the airplane off the carrier and shooting at the baddies. Hit the waypoint. Hit the friggin' waypoint. Please hit the waypoint. Now we've got the problem that the carrier is going to go past the waypoint and they won't be able to trigger the waypoint anymore.
Would it hurt to tell the carrier to stop?
Oh, Jesus, why didn't I think of that? You guys best, guys. Even I need to create some distance from that waypoint, so watch this. Right, do it, and do it with all your speed. Jesus! It really is turning. Look at that. What happens? Are they going to crash when they take off now and bug it again? Still operating. Yep, it's spawning up, look. Right, so what we're doing, in case you don't have no idea what we're doing. Yes! They've hit the waypoint! Oh, you watch them all shoot down the Hornets now by accident. They've hit the waypoint. What I'm doing is trying to get the carrier away from the waypoint so that they have enough space to get airborne to hit the waypoint to then go do the bang bang. Nearly 300 dead. That's the good news. The bad news is, I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of bad news, viewers. Right, please don't hit a Hornet.
The blob is very disorganized.
Yeah, it's because the sheepdogs. Look, they're down there. They're down there doing their sheepdogging. If they're within 10 miles of the Zero, then the Zero can see it, basically. It has a magic eye and it can kind of see it. And that means it goes nuts. I believe that's called a target-rich environment, guys. I believe that's what you call that. Not sure what we're looking at there, but a whole bunch have just died, so 303 down, 304 down, and a lot more to come. And another flight nearly airborne. Oh, JTAM. Yep. 310 down. We might still just do this, viewers. Yes, up, baby. Right, let's have a look around. Yes, look at that. I love seeing burning brake, not kerosene. What do they run on? Just petrol. Petrol. I love seeing burning petrol on there. Look at that. Smack. Smacky, smacky, boom, boom. Look at that. Look at that. You see those trails, viewers? It's the JTAMs coming in. That one missed. No, it didn't. 334 down. Bang. Well, I've certainly made us work for it. Okay, and then there are just sheepdogs now. Here's yet another problem. The more sheepdogs there are, the more likely they're going to get hit by the friggin' JTAMs. Is anyone landing? Yes, him. But he's not landing.
No, he's heading over to the Marianas.
He's literally going to that waypoint there, which I never put there. So, you know what? That works. Do that thing. Right, what are these guys doing? Yes, they're going to their waypoint. Look, you're out of words. You see, they hit their waypoint and then they'll trigger. I'm so triggered right now. Trigger. Trigger. Suck. 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 In that film. He's not doing it yet. I get the suspicion he's waiting for a fourth member who may be taking off now. No, that's Ford. Maybe it's this guy over here. No, that's Ford. It's so difficult, viewers, because if I don't put this waypoint trick, to stop them burning all their fuel away before they get into combat, the only other way I've got them, the only other way I have got of stopping them running out of fuel is to restrict their afterburner use, which I can do. I can tell them not to use the afterburner use, but then other weird things happen. They get into weird attitudes of flight where they need the afterburner and they just stall out of the air and die.
I think a Dodge just took off.
Well spotted. Yes, it is. Dodge 24. It's Dodge 24, Dodge 24. Whatever, words. It's him. So he'll get to their flight and then that's okay. They're all good.
Yeah, because of the sheepdogs, the blob is actually not getting any closer.
Yeah, that's great news. There is one other thing. If the Zero dies not to enemy fire, so if it just crashes into the water or something, it will not be counted on the scoreboard. There's a reason we've done that, and so just bear in mind that the scoreboard will be a little bit shy today because some of them are going to run out. It's taken so long. We're in now, well over an hour. Some of them are going to run out of fuel by now and just hit the ground, and they won't be counted. Why don't we have another look at the fleet because there's literally nothing else to look at the moment. There, I'm a fleet. Right, now Dodge 24/24/ is going to join up with these guys here, his brothers, and then they're going to hit this waypoint, and then they're going to fight. If it doesn't, I'm getting in my F-15 and shooting their friggin' asses down. The good thing about that is, viewers, we get to see them all launch. There they are. It worked. Oh, it's so cool. Now thinking what I'm going to call a thumbnail. Epic battle for all the wrong reasons. Something like that. We're going again, viewers. Bogs are probably going to get hit by a lot of these missiles now. And believe me, I don't care if a bog dies. In fact, every time a bog dies, an angel not cries. What's the opposite of cry?
Gets its wings.
Gets its wings. There it is. An angel gets its wings. But it's bad for today. And today we need results. We need the energy boost right now, viewers. Get
Cap,
some.
this has been a lot of fun to watch, but it's going to be a lot more fun to watch it on YouTube or Rumble when you can actually hear it.
Simba, you're here. No, wait.
Simba Mark II.
Simba's not here for a while. He's been deployed. He's obviously an active serviceman. What are you allowed to say nowadays? Service person. And he's been deployed to some combat that's going on, but I'm not allowed to talk about, which is really annoying because it sounds exciting. That is all. I will be hunted down by Mr. CIA. Look at this thing bend. I'm bending all over your body. No, look, it's tracking the super bog. I mean, oh, I'm so conflicted. I desperately want to see it die, but I don't want to see it die. What does the feeling mean?
Oh, it's not going to make it.
Outrun it with his eco savers, look. Sweet, now we can run out of fuel and RTB and gun the carrier up.
Oh, he's turning into it. No, good
Lord. Go, no. Yes! Self-destruct mechanism. Look at that, Viewington Wewingtons. Oh, how am I going to show you it? Like that, maybe? I don't know. No? Better way? Like that, maybe? Oh, there's the shot. There's the money shot, guys.
That is glorious.
Right. Don't see that anywhere else, viewers. It's been a long, hard day, guys. But we're almost there. And it was teamwork as well as my humans that helped me out, helped me solve the problems. So we've got brain not working at the moment. 383 down, and that number is going up. Up and frigging up and frigging up.
So do you think with the carrier getting gunned, that's kind of helped with the missile accuracy and deconfliction, with there not been as many aircraft fighting?
It's a fair comment. We'll never know, I suppose, is the answer, but very possibly, yep.
I would think it does.
You could say that maybe the good Lord gunned that carrier up for some purpose, viewers, for exactly the reason that Mike just said, which is that actually having a better separation between Allied flights would actually help the missiles not go for the same targets. Who knows, right?
Yeah, because right now one hits the flight and the waypoint, it launches all of its missiles, and then goes sheepdog, and then the next one hits its waypoint.
Yep, it's working. Oh, so sexy.
I think you did it on one of the other missions as well, Cap. It was actually a genius idea. You put a ghost carrier in.
Yes.
So they could RTB.
Problem with that is it sort of works, but sort of doesn't. So we've got 80 planes on here, yeah? If I put a ghost carrier in here to receive guys that come back, the ghost carrier will only receive some, and then overspill that are waiting to land will actually go and land on this one instead. That worked last time because I only had 20 planes to land on the carrier. This time I've got 80 planes to land on the carrier. So it would have come up, starting to land on the ghost carrier. They realised that there was too long to wait because the queue was too big, and then gone and landed on this one anyway. And then I've just got double the bloody problem. So I thought about all this when I was planning it.
Okay.
So,
I'm guessing kind of putting 3 carriers in.
Yep. We could do that,
work.
but then it just starts looking a bit silly is your problem then.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a hard one, viewers. My best thing I would have is maybe something almost like if plane gets far enough away from carrier, blow plane up or something like that, a trigger in. But then you start getting other problems. Well, they'll blow up before they're supposed to and stuff. The best thing so far that they've done, the AI have done, is they've done this lovely sheepdogging look, viewers. Because by now, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. These planes, if they hadn't been sheepdogged, would have got to target. Obviously, they're only 36 miles away. They would have got more planes firing. Now, the problem now is there's more sheepdogs than baddies. So, yeah, it's going to get even uglier now. Nearly 600 Meteor, I don't know, I don't even care what they're called anymore. Whatever these are called. Long, shiny thing that's very expensive and not actually made yet.
JTAMs.
Joint attack. What is it with them? Why I'm so angry? What is it with American frigging acronyms? Why do they have an acronym for everything? And even more annoying than that, why do they put a phonetic sound to the acronym? So, why can't you just say the acronym? Why do you have to say the ATACMS and JTAM? Or just call it what it's actually called? Anyway, that's my rant done.
Yeah, the aim
Because we like confusing people.
I swear it's something to do with securing funding or something. You've got to make something, to secure funding in America for anything. My theory is you've got to make an acronym for it and then make a phonetic sound for the acronym. And then you'll get funding by John Senator What's-he-face. That's my theory.
Because it sounds all official.
There we go. It sounds all official. I swear that's friggin' half the battle. Convincing stupid people with lots of money to build a thing. Am I right, viewers? Who knows?
It's quite
Instead of calling it an air-to-air missile, you call it a JTAM, and it just sounds much better.
Raptor, now invest in my new project. It's working again. Life is good. Viewers, have you enjoyed the roller coaster? I haven't. I've constantly been thinking, should I tell you what my thought process through the whole thing of this not working? By the way, in fact, there's lots of things I want to say. First, I don't know why, but why not? First thing is, I forgot what we were talking about. You run these, I run them in practice to at least to halfway through because I've got to check, you know, there's 1,000,001 bugs. If you thought this was buggy, you ain't seen nothing yet. You know, so I've got to iron all the bugs out. And I finally get it working perfectly in practice in behind. So it's like, okay, this is working, we can run it. I call the boys up, say, boys, we've got the war game coming on, do this. The boys are like, yep, okay, get time off from the wife or whatever. Run the war game, and as soon as you turn the camera on and run the same war game on the same server, on the same everything goes wrong. What is that? Anyway, so that's happened. Oh, the other thing is, it's been a constant array of emotions because every time something goes wrong, like a carrier comes up, it means the mission's going to go completely wrong, which it hasn't. Luckily, we've fudged it. And that means I can't make the video, which means I can't earn any money, which means I can't pay for the frigging baby. So, luckily, my boys have fudged our way through this. And, by the way, since when are babies so freaking expensive? I thought, like, they cost nothing. Turns out, like, you won't believe how expensive. Well, you will, because you've all got babies, but freaking unbelievable. I've got to sell a lot more friggin' videos. Why everything's so expensive at the moment. Anyway, it's my rant done now.
That being said, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and find that link to that Patreon there.
Oh, you know what I'm going to do, viewers? I have some good news. I'm so fed up now, I don't care. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to take Baby, who's way too young to do this, to this place. This is where my love of aviation started. RAF Lakenheath. I can't find, there you go, picture. It's where the F-15s and F-35s are now based in England. And it just happens to be right next to me. Well, about half an hour away. And I remember there's a fence. You can go, that fence, viewing area. You can go, there it is. It's there. There it is, viewing area. You see it? Friggin' viewing area. I'm going to take Baby there and get him to see his first F-15s taken off and the roar and the sound. My parents used to do that to me when I was like 1 year old as well. And look where I am now.
So you might want ear protectors for the baby then.
That's what I was actually thinking. I want him to experience the rumble and the but I also don't want to blind. He's not even officially mine yet, so I don't want to blind him or deafen him yet. So maybe
just make sure his earmuffs have some good GR logo stuff on it.
There we go. Yes, look, unskilled. Oh, and he missed. Of course he missed.
He got some hits.
It's going to be a testing day, viewers. Testing day.
There's 452 zeros down.
That's not bad, viewers. 618. Should we find out how many there actually were? So there's 80 aircraft. I think they're all carrying 14. I may have got that wrong. My brain's so... Yeah, over 1,000. So if you ever want to know the progress of the flight and stuff, so take that one there. Look at the bottom, viewers. You'll see I have a process. He is F-18-12. That means he's flight 12. 12 times 4 equals 48. He is aircraft 48 of break 80. So he's about 60% of the way through the carrier's air wing. So we've basically completed this mission now with only using 68. Oh, and in fact, you can just work it out there. 600 missiles of the 1,000, 60%. We're going to see it through to the end, viewers, including this weird nerd. Surprisingly little friendly fire today, and that's not an anti-American slur, it's a real thing. These Fox 3 type missiles are notoriously bad for friendly fire. It's just how they work. Will JTAM be any different? Would it have some kind of IFF system on board? Nah, doubt it.
Would AWACS not provide that and give it a list of targets in front of it not to go for?
The problem is, oh man, how do I even explain it? There, look.
I think it's until it takes its own internal radar.
That's exactly right. But what Mike's saying is, why can't the AWACS say, look, there's 3 in front of you, here's their ranges, here's the distances, don't go for that guy when you turn your own radar on. The problem is, my understanding is the track information from AWACS isn't accurate enough to do that. It's only plus or minus miles, right? Whereas the radar, obviously, in the nose of the missile is perfectly accurate.
It's a ballpark.
It's a ballpark. It's like, so it can only, so it's not good enough to do, to the point where if you started doing that, Mike, it may actually work the wrong way around and start telling it to shoot at friendlies. Because obviously this has all been, wow, look at that. What a brilliant example that was. This has all been gone through with the AMRAAM. And there are all kinds of problems. Look at that. Uh-oh. That's friendly fire. Look, brilliant. couldn't have asked for a better example. But what's
suppose
the
the amount of money you want, for that technology as well, will that send a missile up to, say, 2.5, 3 million at that point?
But all you do is you design out the problem. In real life, you don't fire AMRAAMs into a position where there are any baddies. You're just not that stupid because you have proper control structures to stop that. In this, it's just a bunch of AI. They just fire anything, right? In real life, you design out the problem in the tactics. That's the way you do it, rather than creating some weird IFF system in the missile, which may or may not work. Also, you put an IFF system in missile, it uses up space, it uses up weight, it uses up power, all of which are a premium. Like when you're sending Saturn V rocket up, every pound of weight is a premium. You don't want to add all this crap to missiles if you don't have to.
It is one inherent advantage to the semi-active homing radars is that if you think you shoot on your friendly, you just turn your radar off and
you got a no-go. You can turn the missile off, which you can't do with AMRAAM, which I've never understood. Like, why when you fire the AMRAAM, why can't it generate a code, a one-time code, and it links to the plane? At some point, if you think your missile might friendly fire, you squat that code out from your transponder, and ambi. Look at that gun kill. The missile with that code will blow up. I mean, why isn't that a thing? Let's say 9/11, right? The planes, the F-16s were scrambled and nearly shot down the airliners that ended up crashing into the towers, and they didn't for whatever reason. I don't know. But what if they had gone to shoot those airliners down, fired their MRAMs, and suddenly they realised, don't kill it. We've got another way of, preventing the disaster. You'd think they'd have some kind of code to. That's what I think, to cancel the missile. Anyway.
I think you're right. It's weight, cost, and also I don't know if you want to put I don't know if you want to give your enemy your IFS system if they
great example.
If it doesn't blow up.
Somebody just landed because you got an LSO grade 3 wire landing.
I don't care anymore. Fine. I can do whatever the shit they want. I'm not interested. Now, why are they not being attacked, viewers? It's because they got bugged and they think they're dead. Oh, look, there. You see that? Damage. Sometimes the damage system goes a bit funny in game. And look at this guy. He's got to fly all the way back with his wheels down because his hydraulics have gone. Kind of a hidden problem. Right, viewers, we've done it. That was the most painful frigging thing I've ever done. Oh, God, we've done it. 535 aircraft started. I can guarantee that. Oh, great. The more are coming. They've ungummed. Anderson's ungummed. I'm not going to wait for it. Well, obviously, we'll shoot. They'll get... Oh, yeah, they're already getting shot at. Look. 535 baddie waddies existed. I can guarantee that. All of them took off apart from... In fact, all of them are taken off now because this has finally got ungummed. Whatever happened. 8 didn't take off, but I can live with 8. So 535 minus 8 took off, as they did in real life. And the scoreboard has logged 463 kills, so it's about 70 short. And those 70 are going to be weird situations like this, where a plane gets damaged, but the kill isn't registered, then it runs up hydraulics and it crashes. That won't register as a kill. So at the end of that very, very painful day, guys, as these last guys are shot down, yes, one unescorted US carrier from 2025, even with all the weird shit that happened today, and they've been doing a lot of drinking because a lot of weird shit happened, they could absolutely shoot down 535 aircraft, guys. Any interesting thoughts from you guys?
The deck fouling 2 or 3 times actually worked in favour. If you look at all the other war games that have gone before, against the Swarm, I don't think missile efficiency's been anywhere near. It seems to have been a constant 72-73% on this one.
It's amazing.
So maybe kind of launching flights with a 2, 3, 4 minute break, could be the way forward.
Yeah, I've been through all this in my head in future naval battles and stuff, and it's brilliant. I'd love to do that. However, it starts to actually cause its own problems when you start doing that with the carriers. But yeah, I see the point. Generally, and one of the reasons for that is you want to get your planes airborne as quickly as possible, because otherwise, by the time they start taking off, the other guys are coming back, and as you've seen, they'll gum the carrier up. So it's a scramble to get them off the carrier as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you get this weird chain of more and more planes getting gummed up. You know what? That's near enough, guys. I'm pausing it there. Oh, viewers, lots of talking points there. Lots of weird stuff, good stuff. We had some fun. We made some friends. We may have even made some enemies. We usually do. Let me know what you think, valued viewers, if you dare. I'm going to sign off now. I can hear babies just waking up, so I've got to go and do feeding and bottom wiping. My guys, thanks for turning up and tolerating that. And we'll see you all later.